Hello, Watchman of Ephraim, or Rick. Decided to do this spur of the moment. Donald Trump, last president of the USA? Question mark. Explanation point. Got an update here concerning what's going on in Washington, D.C. Hopefully, 5 or 10 minutes. Won't. This video won't be that long. Again, this is just the spur of the moment, but I had this in my mind the last few days. Will Donald Trump be the last president of what I witness Ephraim, the multitude of nations prophesied in Genesis 48:49 to be the greatest Israeli nation ever on the earth in the latter days, being a colonizing people? Its vine or its ball runs over the wall. Real quickly, look at Ephraim here in the Old Kingdom. If you'll notice, it looks a lot like the United States. New England, the Great Lakes here, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, Florida down here, the Panhandle, the Panhandle of Texas here, California, Dan, there's 36 million from Ireland here in the United States, only 6 million in Ireland. The border with Canada, the West Coast, East Coast. The thing that has been is what will be. That which is done is what will be done. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay, so real quickly, Donald Trump, last president of the USA, Ephraim, explanation point. Question mark, test the spirits. I'm just throwing this out there. Keep in mind. 3 Republican-led states to send National Guard troops to D.C. This is from the BBC, but there's a lot of articles on it. Excuse me. 3 Republican-led U.S. states will send members of their National Guard forces to Washington, D.C. to bolster the roughly 800 troops President Donald Trump has already deployed to the city. So when I go through this, it's going to be like 700 more. So this will bring it to 1,500 troops. And on top of that, the federal government has taken over the D.C. police force. It's been federalized. I didn't look up how many police that the city of Washington, D.C. has. Let me go on here. West Virginia Governor Patrick Morrisey, I hope I pronounced that right, said he would send 300 to 400 of the state's National Guard troops at Trump's request. South Carolina will send 200 troops. And Ohio will send 150 military police from their National Guard. And supposedly they're going to be armed. I can look that up in the Drudge report. 3 red states deploying troops to D.C. Soldiers to be armed. Let me just go back while this kicks in. Well, it kicked in. The Wall Street Journal. More National Guard soldiers head to D.C. and prepare to carry weapons. Okay. I want you to notice here, Trump declared a public safety emergency on Monday, claiming the nation's capital was gripped by complete and total lawlessness. Now, Washington, D.C., right here. Okay, if I can zoom in here. My question to you is, I don't think. No, yeah, here. Okay, real quick here. Just to zero in right here. Okay. He's expanding the power of the executive branch through executive orders. I mean, I could just type it in. Let me just type it in here. I don't want to be too long here. I got to go to work. News about Trump expanding executive branch powers, unchecked and unchallenged Trump expansion. So you can go and just you can Google these articles here. Okay. So these troops are going to be armed. Where did I? Don't tell me I clicked out the article. Oh, here it is. Sorry. I'm just trying to get through this real quick. Okay. All right. So he declared a public emergency. Okay. Getting back on track here. Don't want this to be more than 10 minutes. Sorry. If you want to stay in power, okay, number one, he's doing stuff like Adolf Hitler did. He's expanding his authority through executive orders. What's the first thing you would want to do? You would want to militarize your seat of power, your throne, your seat of government, your city that is where your seat of power is. So what's he doing? Explanation point, question mark. What might this man be doing? He's declaring an emergency. This is what dictators do, who eventually become dictators. They'll declare some kind of an emergency and they'll expand their powers. All right? He's declared a public safety emergency on Monday, saying that crime is rampant. Supposedly, crime's down in Washington, D.C. by 20%. So he has a reason. He's giving a reason. He's giving an emergency. To what? Bring in armed troops into the city. And not only that, they're from what? Red states. They're from states that are what? In bed with him. Okay? Notice that. They're from red states. West Virginia, South Carolina, Ohio, that carried him to victory in the presidential election. Washington, D.C.'s elected officials have objected to these claims, and hundreds of D.C. residents marched in protest on Saturday. So they're patrolling the most populous and tourist areas alongside the National Guard troops. All right. 92% voted for Kamala Harris, it goes on to say. But what I want you to focus on. What do you do to expand your powers? What do dictators do? They declare some kind of an emergency. They bring out martial law, or they what? They begin to militarize, arm, give themselves protection. What's he doing? What could he be doing? Why might he be militarizing Washington, D.C.? To what? To protect his seat of government, his seat of authority. To prevent some kind of overthrow if indeed he continues to declare emergencies and expand his power to the point where, well, Big Don becomes a dictator. Okay? Coming up on 10 minutes. Didn't want to go any further. Keep that in mind, okay? Last president of the USA, I have his oracle, if it's true. Right out of the book concerning the last king of Ephraim, or the lead tribe of the house of Israel. Okay, just keep that in mind. All right. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening.